worked, underpaid, and burned out. When teachers leave or feel undervalued, it's the students who suffer the most, and we need to invest in better training and resources and unfair pay so teachers can actually help students grow. All this ties back into one big idea. The system needs to be fair, supportive, focused on real learning, fixing school funding, rethinking testing, helping teachers do their job well and to give students a better chance than they need so they not can succeed just in life, but in school as well. Here we're gonna go into the 3 questions I provided my 3 classmates. Question 1, in your experience, how does funding lack of it affect students in your school? Here's what Fabio says. Schools with less funding have less resources to support their kids' costly displacement. Blake says, many schools are shutting down due to lack of funding. In the area that I'm from, has caused a lot of displacement and will more than likely have an effect on the future of education. Godswill says, students get fewer resources like types of sports they can play and their technology. The second question I provided them is, how do they feel about the role of standardized testing in their schools or the school that they've been in? Do it think it helps them or hurts learning? Fabio says, standardized testing only truly measures the student's ability to memorize instead of what they learned and what they can relate to. Blake says standardized testing has become an out-of-date measurement to place students, especially because of the length that does not allow students with attention issues to succeed. Godswill says, I think that test puts a lot of pressure on students, depending on if they do good or bad. It can make them think they aren't smart enough. The third question I provided them is, what kind of support does the teacher need more of right now? Fabio says more teacher aides to help with enormous class sizes so more learning can be independent. Blake says teachers need schools to provide them an essential to create a good learning environment and should not be having to pay for resources out of pocket. Godswill says, I feel they need more support in their resources, like letting the school provide them money to get extra materials for their classes. I feel they need more support in the area for them to be more successful. Then a bonus question I asked them, if they could change one thing about the U.S. education system, what would it be and why? Fabio says, college should be free for all so everyone can get equal opportunity to succeed and find meaningful jobs. Blake says, if we need to change the consensus of college, that isn't just a way to get into debt or higher education, can not only contribute to better career opportunities, but also help students grow as people. And Godswill says, I would make all schools get equal funding despite where their school is located. So here's my conclusion. The voices of students make it clear the U.S. education must be addressed inequality, monetarize outdated testing practice, and provide students and teachers with resources they need to succeed. From the unequal funding to emotional pressure caused by standardized testing, these issues are not just abstract problems. They affect real people every day. If we want a stronger, more just society, we need to start by listening by those directly impacted and pushing for a change at every level of education. Change begins with awareness and it only moves forward when we act. Thank you for Fabio Homovin, Blake Walls, and Godswill Chinable for providing me their answers for the questions. And the information I provided you guys is from my essay introduction and conclusion. My conclusion was to change to fit